Hey, third graders, Miss Whitford here, and I am just going to give you a little quick introduction to perimeter. Perimeter is coming. It's something that we will learn about, just not till later. The reason for that is because sometimes people get very confused with area and perimeter. So I want to make sure that we are focused on area and finding out the inside. But if you are interested in finding out about perimeter, let's talk about that. So, perimeter, one way to think about perimeter is to just kind of break the word down. I know that sounds kind of silly right now, but if you look at the word perimeter, we have peri and meter, okay? So if I told you that peri means around, it's a Greek root and it means around. Like if you think about the peripheral or periphery or a periscope, those all mean around. When you think about meter, meter is actually a Greek root, and I think you even learned this from Miss Haller. That means measure. So when you think about perimeter, you are literally measuring around. You're measuring around something. That's it. So all you have to do, the way that I think of it as though it's like a little ant is crawling around the outside of something. And that is how, and like you figure out, okay, how exactly long does that little ant have to walk? Okay. So I'll just kind of do a very quick little intro here. We're going to start with this one. So when you measure around, all you have to do, you have to add this plus this plus this plus this, which is different than the area. Area, remember, is inside, but perimeter is around. Perimeter around. Okay. So if I'm doing that, all I need to do, I need to add 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3. Well, I could do that a bunch of different ways. I can think that I know that 9 plus 9 is 18. And I know that 3 plus 3 is 6. So I can add both of those together, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 18 plus 6 is 24. Make sure that you have the units. This is measured in FT, which means feet. So if you're curious about the meaning of it, feet, meters, yards, I think that's it. Yeah, so we might do inches, but I think that's it for right now. So that would be the perimeter of that one. All right, but what about if you don't have every single side? Don't worry. All of the ones that you have here are going to be either squares or rectangles. So what I know about squares is that a square, every side is the same length. So if I am looking at this one, I see that this is 8 and this is 8. Probably lets me know it's a square, but I'm looking at this. Here's 8 over here. So I bet that over here is also going to be 8. I'm going to write 8 over there. And then I have 8 here. So I bet on this side it is also going to be 8. 8 is going to be over here. 8 feet. Now all I have to do is take 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, or 8 times 4. Do you know 8 times 4? 8, 16, 24, 32. The perimeter of this one is going to be 32 meters. All right, I'm going to do one more. This one is not a square. But if I'm looking at this one, I believe that this is going to be a rectangle. So in a rectangle, the opposite sides are the same length. So if I see that this is 7 meters, well, I know that this down here is also going to be, you guessed it, 7 meters. I'm going to put 7 over here. Then I have this side. All right, I see this side over here is 5 meters. Well, it's a rectangle, so I know that this side over here is also going to be 5 meters. Now all I have to do is add them up. I could take 7 plus 5 plus 7 plus 5, or I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. And I know 7 plus 7 is 14. And 10 plus 14, there's a 4, there's a 2. The perimeter is 24 meters. And that is how you find perimeter.